Reunions of friends and family are always a touching moment. When there's a chance you might never see them again, it can be so much sweeter. When this girl's military sister turned up at her volleyball game, the game itself suddenly seemed pretty unimportant. This dancer from the Houston Rockets had a double surprise: her boyfriend back from the army and a proposal. This family were standing on the ice watching a message from their dad when he sneakily walked up behind them. When Wisconsin Badgers fan Bella was asked to come out in front of 80,000 fans, the last thing she was expecting was to see her soldier mom home early from Afghanistan. When this girl realized her soldier dad was back, she suddenly forgot about the laws of gravity. We all know that Santa is magic, and this little girl is about to receive the most magical gift ever: seeing her dad again after a whole year. This veteran was more than a little surprised to see his old army buddy at the door. Well, it had been 58 years. When your little brother's so pleased to see you that he won't even let you out of the car. This mom was clearly delighted to find her soldier brother in the trunk of her car. You can tell by all the profanity.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? You knew he was here? Get out!
Problem with being a returning soldier with a teenage daughter is that you have to compete with their phone.
Sam!
It's not unusual for parents to find their young sons knocking on the door at 2 a.m., but not when they've been deployed in Japan for 28 months. This soldier's wife surprised him with the mystery contents of a coach. It turned out to be his old army buddies from Afghanistan, who he hadn't seen for almost 10 years. When this big brother decided to scare his little brother, he never expected his big brother to provide an even bigger shock.
Where's Andrew? Where's Andrew? Who knows? Where's Andrew? Brother! Oh my
God! This soldier decided to surprise his old school friend in a pretty original way by doing some pre-game stretching right next to him. These two girls always knew that Disneyland was the most magical place on Earth. Mickey even managed to make their dad appear.
Because Mickey Mouse himself reunited them with their father after almost a year apart.
There was only one thing that this girl really wanted for Christmas: her brother back from the Marines.
Thank you, Paul.
This mom and daughter didn't know what to expect when they were both called into the principal's office. It turned out to be the best thing imaginable: their dad and husband home early from deployment. This soldier decided to surprise her nieces at school on the most appropriate day possible: Veterans Day.
Hey, Abby.
When this brave little guy had various medical issues, his dad was by his side the entire time. So it was really hard when he had to go back to work. Look at his reaction when dad comes back home, though. When this family's son returned from 7 months in Alaska, his parents could barely believe their eyes.
We
got him.
Are you kidding? What in the world?
When this dad came home after 6 months in the Navy, his little girl shed enough tears to keep a battleship afloat. There's nothing like a family dinner in a nice restaurant, especially when your son suddenly shows up after a year in the Army. Even Marines need their grandma, and grandma is always more than pleased to see them. Doctors have to be prepared for all kinds of surprises during their working day, but a surprise visit from your soldier son is enough to catch anyone off guard. Get ready to witness what is possibly the longest hug in history when this soldier returns home to his wife. What you're about to see are two women displaying synchronized joy. Nobody likes a party crasher. Well, unless it's a soldier returning home to surprise his girlfriend. This Marine surprised his little brother at school after almost a year away, and you can see how much the little guy missed him. High school students usually look for any excuse to get out of class, but your dad coming back from 3 months overseas is a pretty good one. COVID-19 brought a lot of problems. One of those is not immediately recognizing your dad when he's in a face mask. When daddy comes home, schoolwork can wait. School lunches always taste a lot better when your dad shows up after 8 months of deployment. These two kids thought they were simply attending a normal spring break assembly, but the secret reveal of their soldier dad had actually been a month in the making.
The secret is out. A tearful reunion.
This woman thought the highlight of this LA Kings game would be seeing a message recorded by her deployed boyfriend. And then she looked behind her.
Captain Anthony C. Posey of the United States Army!
The Army teaches you many camouflage techniques, and one of those is how to disguise yourself as a gift for your kids. There are a lot of people being reunited in this clip, but we're gonna focus on this very tender moment. Let's mix things up a bit now. Here's a civilian wife surprising her soldier husband. This is the sound of someone who hasn't seen their soldier sister in 6 months. This family thought they were going to meet the San Francisco 49ers, but there was a surprise waiting under that sweaty towel. And now here's two for the price of one. A Marine surprising his Army girlfriend while on pre-deployment leave. This student was being awarded a scholarship at his high school's annual awards program, but he didn't know that his Army brother was waiting to deliver it.
It was an almost heart-stopping moment.
About to burst out in tears because it's been so long since I've seen him.
This serviceman put down his gun and picked up a bunch of flowers when he surprised his girlfriend at her graduation. When this mom became a police officer at the age of 42, it was a big moment, and the only thing that would have made the swearing-in ceremony even better was her soldier son.
It took me a good 2 seconds to realize that this was real.
This girl was so focused on protecting dolphins that she didn't notice someone who also does a lot of protecting, her soldier dad, who she hadn't seen in a year. This dad was so shocked to see his son appear that they should have had a military ambulance on standby. This military mom arrived just before the start of her son's first freshman basketball game, and the result was a slam dunk of emotion. How to make your mom's workday much better in one simple step. These two girls didn't look too impressed at being entertained by the Utah Jazz team mascot until they realized their dad was inside.
It was probably the best surprise I think I ever pulled off.
This is the moment a kid sees his dad after a year stationed overseas, and there wasn't a dry eye in the school.
Dan Grenier was stationed in Poland and wanted to give Anakin the surprise of his life. It was an emotional first day back.
It doesn't matter how brave or highly trained you are, you're never too tough to run straight into mom's arms. Even those two bunches of flowers can't compare to the natural beauty of this moment. Her son has come home. When this little guy was called into the school nurse's office, he was given a surprise diagnosis of extreme happiness when he found his sister waiting for him. How close does a returning Army officer have to get to their mom before they get some attention? It'll be no surprise to you that the guy sneaking up behind her is her Army boyfriend. And how does she feel about it? Well, the scream says it all. There's no greater Christmas gift you can give than returning to your family after a year away. When you're so full of joy to see your son that you do a little happy dance. This brother and sister were playing a game of Guess That Voice in their school assembly, when one of the voices turned out to be their deployed dad. Luckily, the rest of their dad wasn't far behind. This lady gave birth to twins and was just texting an update to her soldier husband when her soldier husband walked in. Kids belong in the back seat, right? Not dads. Well, except when they've been away for 7 months. These two dogs were so happy to see their dad returning home that they decided the best thing to do was to eat him alive.
Oh, my baby bear. Yeah, hang on, baby. It's okay. Oh, no.
If you've been touched by these clips of people who protect and serve, then why not do yourself a service and protect our channel by clicking subscribe?